On the back of the photo, in childish print writing, it says November. November. In childish... It's her. God damn it. That's November. I think I specifically looked at this photo and was like, that can't be November. Because I was just looking at, like, how the generations seem to line up or something. Right next to a standalone sentence highlighted by its isolation that says, the child is November. Okay, so I definitely need to add a November page because we don't know anything about this person. The small child in the Free Spirits photo is November. What do I do with that? Well, I definitely make you not November anymore, which means you're also not a dancer. You are a Roottree. Interesting. Because didn't I narrow it down to who still has Roottree as a name? So I guess that does mean that your name is Jack Roottree, which means that November goes over here. And whichever kid this is, because I don't actually know which one's which, whichever of these two kids gets married has two daughters, November and Christina Roottree. Don't know who Jack is. He does kind of give off like artist or musician vibes, but also the entire generation does. Except that guy, which was the point. Well. Huh. Oh yeah, I can add her photo. We don't know who your mother is. We don't even know who your father is between these two, actually. What happened there? We mostly just have an inkling that maybe you're French. The 5 pieces ad still has 3 pieces of evidence. It's an advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids. In the magazine Teen Blast. Oh. There we go. Periodical added Teen Blast. Whoops. Yeah, that would have been good to have earlier on. Notifications, no documents printing right now. Oh. These don't seem that functional or relevant, but I guess it's just where the pop-ups happen. The Roottree Sisters appear in many ads for both candy and Root clothes in Teen Blast. Oh yeah, Root was a clothing thing, wasn't it? Root hasn't come up much. I thought it was going to be a bigger deal than it was. The search engine isn't the best, so your results are flooded with page after page of nearly identical advertisements. Some ads specifically mention Raina appearing once on the cover of Teen Blast. So that's probably how we can find the other picture we don't have yet. Riley and Rose, on the other hand, seem to be mentioned by name less than their older sister, okay? Raina was on the cover of Teen Blast when she was 16 and did an interview. You had the cover and article. Yeah! Okay, that's definitely something. Let me head over and put this amongst the other photos, just to not miss the chance to lock it in with whatever next group happens. There's an article about Raina Roottree from 1994. This issue also mentions TMS and Brother Trouble. I deleted the Sisters model page because I figured we were done with them. Can these be rearranged? They can. Oh my god, I can never remember to put on the right row. Put it right back up on top again. Alright. Details worth keeping track of. In an interview, Raina talks about her Yeah, Brother Trouble's capitalized, so this might be a hint about somebody else. This could be a big deal. Rand talks about our inspirations. One important thing I learned from an early age is that dreams are not outside of our grasp. My grandpa was a college professor who taught lectures about history. He always told me that history was full of people from famous families who wasted their fame and fortune by taking it for granted. Instead, he told me I should go out and use my name to accomplish something. So, I think we knew that already? Yeah, professor, that's locked in already. Is that we had other hints about the guy being full of history lessons before. I think he may have practiced that lecture a lot, because I have other people in my family that have also made the Roottree names famous for things besides candy. His older sister even wrote a book that some of my friends tell me they had to read in school. So you didn't read it? You're like, some of my friends read it. I took his advice and now I work with my mom, designing clothing. I help decide what colors and patterns I want to model. Then she designs the clothes with a team of amazing men and women. Although my grandpa passed away earlier this year, Grandma Laura tells me he was really proud of what we've managed to accomplish. Okay, so that all doesn't seem new to me, but it says 6 things, so something's... There's not more than one page. Let's see. Teen Blast, TMS, what's he up to? Teen Blast can tell you. Brother Trouble, new gossip. Also, how to know if he's interested. And win a trip to the set of a new movie. Raina, Sweet 16. The candy girl gets serious about her inspirations and aspirations. It doesn't have a date on it. Is there anything up here? 1984. So this is... We have an age, finally. Okay. This was 4 years ago, so she's 20 at the time of her death. So they weren't that old. I thought I mathed that they were older at some point, and I was like, how fucking old are these kids? And yeah, I guess part of what's threw me in the first place is that this is like some milk commercial where they're meant to be goofy kids. There probably were kids in this photo. It's like everyone's time displaced. It's like this is her, like maybe she's like 12 here and then like 16 here or whatever, and then she died when she was 20. We don't even have photos of her recently, which is weird to think about. And this, like, we kind of don't know what she looks like. Well, looked like, yeah, 2 days ago before she died horribly, and now doesn't really look like a person anymore. So 6 clues, that's interesting. Probably should look into TMS in Teen Blast. Tommy Mark Sheridan appeared on the cover of Teen Blast a record 38 times, including 3 back-to-back months during the height of Brother Trouble. Oh, so that's the same, that he's in that group, I guess. In the issues he wasn't on the cover, he was still mentioned quite often. You read every word of every article, and besides the fact that he was married to Raina, only one thing seems relevant. A gossip section from 1996, about 8 months before their marriage, is called Is TMS Dating a Roottree? It says, at a recent autograph signing, TMS told a Teen Blast reporter that he met a girl at a party in Malibu. Apparently, the cast of Brother Trouble gets together at Penelope's house every once in a while, once a year, and this time TMS found love. The mega hottie had this to say: she's incredible. She came to the party to meet me specifically, and I'm glad she did. She said she had a crush on me when she was younger. I told her I have a crush on her from her posters now. Great, wow, what a beautiful relationship. When our Teen Blast reporter asked who the lucky girl was, TMS refused to spill, but we did some digging because we're fucking creeps about these teenagers who are teenagers. Once the creators of one of the creators of Brother Trouble, Ron, married Penelope, who played TMS's mom on the show. Oh. Okay. Oh no, one of the creators of the show. One of the creators of the show, not like it's a show, not a band. I thought it was one of the teenagers on the show married the mom, and I'm like, and get this, Ron is a distant relative of the Roottree Sisters. Is that connection? So Ron's related to the Rootrees, and so they assume this person fell for a Roottree at a party full of people or something. Anyway, this is probably relevant to keep track of for now. Penelope. They're like Ron is the distant relative of Roottree, so Penelope presumably isn't related to a Roottree, so that might not matter at all. But let's look at Brother Trouble. Alright, Brother Trouble brings up the same page, so that's not much of a lead, but it might be on the online. Brother Trouble was a 1989 sitcom about two 16-year-old brothers the same age, one adopted, played by Tommy Mark Sheridan and Dustin Christopher Baker. Add that in. Their single mother, played by stand-up Penelope Tessa Green, often had to navigate her job as a magazine columnist, as well as the troubles that come with raising two boys who were extremely competitive in sports, academics, and even romantic pursuit of their next-door neighbor, Roxy. The showrunner was small screen director Ron Roottree. R.R. Small screen director Ron Roottree. I was right. One of them is a director. I need to tell who's who, unless he had a more recent different job. It says 1989. The show had strong ratings through the entirety of season 1, rocketing both Sheridan and Baker into instant stardom, mostly among teenage girl demographic. However, it was cancelled in 1991, midway through the second season, due to significant drop-off in ratings. Okay, Ron Roottree. Ron Roottree is a small screen director, it says, and the head of RR Productions. Oh, that's why I said RR? Might have been this company. He directed episodes of a few other shows before showrunning and creating a one-season hit, Brother Trouble. The show was canceled partway through season 2. Damn. So not great. But which one? Which one? It's gonna be the one with the... This is rough. Maybe look up Ron Roottree in the periodical now? No. Because yeah, we had one of these is Ron Roottree. Ronald Roottree. We don't know which one's which. I arbitrarily grouped them because we don't actually know which one is who and what they look like. At the very least, Ronald's gonna be the one in the film school shirt. So let's switch them. Ron. There we go. Because once again, we know that they're Robert and Ronald Roottree because Gwen insisted on this alliteration thing. Do I have another picture of Gwen? Do I know who that is? That's the mom of... who died? I don't remember which funeral that was. Because they were sent a candle to light separately. There's been a number of deaths. I don't remember which specific death that one was. Anyway, director. So that picture goes with that name and that job, but I don't know which of these two positions it goes in. Because they tip their hand by just being like, all right, fuck it. They're just gonna wear a shirt that says film school. You know, the film school from film. Their shirt also seems no. I was gonna say it's evocative of the shining carpet. I'm like, no, it's not. The color's a little bit, but the pattern, not at all. I'm just, whenever I see a really distinct pattern like that, I often think like, is that the shining carpet? Okay, so you have an actor mom and you went to be a director. It's an intuitive life path to try to take. So all we're getting from that. We looked at, so Raina Roottree, TMS, Brother Trouble. It's a little weird that they're like, yeah, TMS was, where is it? Yeah, that's weird. They're like, TMS was on 7 million billion covers. And you're like, TMS is one of the few people I am not expected to get a photo of. Like, you think that he'd have a photo in the game and that I could collect it because, like, he specifically might have the most photos of anyone that are available online out of anyone in this entire cast, because he specifically is a teenage heartthrob during the internet era, whereas a lot of these other characters, the handful that are famous, aren't famous in a gets photographed a lot kind of way, except a couple musicians and especially this actress, but they are pre-internet, so it'd be like retroactive more so. And then a lot of really invasive and creepy articles about how their face structure has changed and whether or not they got work done and stuff like that. Because that's what we do to aging actresses. Who the fuck is Chris Rafferty? Raffertunes doesn't come up in Business Watch or Modern Music Monthly. That's just kind of weird in its own way. Alright, so who else would show up in Teen Blast? Candy Roottree? I don't think her stuff actually is appropriate for that kind of magazine in the same way. Any famous teenagers? I think that might be it. And how did I even get there? Oh yeah, it's because the you had something going on with you. Oh, it doesn't say it does anymore. I completely obliterated 5-piece off the screen. That's interesting. These might not necessarily even be indicative of how to get people locked in, because I didn't get anything locked in, and I don't think they would confirm having the numbers change until somebody gets locked in if it was based on that. And it might be sometimes based on that, but I think it's also based on the whether or not there's other pieces of evidence you can get from that. Oh, here's the thing. Garland envelope. Much love, Debbie. Ernie and I had to stay strong, especially for Ernie's sake. Debbie. Sorry. Ernie and I have to stay strong, especially for Nicole's sake. Debbie. Debbie. Ernie. So this is Ernest. This is another Ernie. So Ernest Jr. died. Married Deborah Bean. Where is it? Nicole. This would be Nicole Madsen. Student, I guess. It's funny having to say what someone's job is when they're all. Oh, let's do this first in case it locks in. Student K through 12. Okay, it's not locked in. That's good. That's a good thing to pick up on. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Was it even listed as one of the things that had clues in it? Maybe not. I was just trying to remember it from that because it came up. Did it come up somewhere else? No, we just saw their faces again, and I was like, who are they again? And I'm like, that's not alternate photos of like one of the sisters and their mom or something, right? And I'm like, no, we still have no photos of Brenda White at all. So Deborah Bean married Madsen Ernest Jr., who died. That's why I think he's one of the presidents. Is he the 4th president? Maybe? He's not the 5th president, because they're right next to each other, too. They specifically said that they took after them, and I can say that he's an architect? They said that they took after... Oh, no, it was Zach was showing him the works. So I thought that he was going to inherit the job after Zach. But it didn't say that he was 3rd. He should be Madsen Ernest Jr. He has to be in this lock because she's locked in. I keep thinking that he must be one of the presidents, in part because the curse is that people keep dying. Maybe document that as part of the curse as I try to figure this out. Let's put the curse up top because it's like a over-encompassing thing. I'll put founders right below it. To Carl and Brenda. A man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. Okay, so he's... Yeah, Carl took over. So what's up? Why can't I lock this in? I guess an answer would be I just don't have enough people. Yeah. Yeah, because these are the Glasses siblings. That's locked in. And that really confirmed that he's the fourth president. It specifically says that Carl took over after him. So Carl took over after him when he was still alive, which is interesting. I definitely thought that he was taking over after the death or something, is how I figured this probably went. Oh, there's a thing that I might have gone to today. Oh, well, too late. I was like, what's that message? All right. So that should be good. And that should be good. So I think I've decoded that. I just didn't have enough context. Like, it's not really a hard clue. It's just I didn't know who... I don't think I knew who Ernie was. Or where to put him back when we got this clue. And now we have way more context for it. Diamonds having their fan club is so weird. Diamond. What was their silly thing called? Yeah, so we have Diamond LaRoux. They were for their great uncle's record label, but they're not in the family, so it probably doesn't matter. The Lucky LaRouxs. Okay. And Roottree. Didn't necessarily ever look into that. I never read this before. In an article from 1968, you find a small section focusing on the young upcoming talent of Modern Music Monthly predicts will make it big. It has this to say about the LaRouxs. The LaRoux sisters got their start doing session work for their great uncle's record label. If you remember any songs from 1960-1965 that featured the voices of kids, they were probably involved. Back then, they were credited as the Lucky LaRouxs. Now that he's passed, they moved on to bigger and better ventures and are going by their full names. Diamond and Jane have been touring with some famous faces, ever heard of the Roottrees, and are looking to release an album sometime next year. Youngest, Kim, so this is actually where I could have found the name 100 years ago, is about to step into a prominent role on Broadway, taking over for one of the children in Oliver. Okay. Lucky LaRouxs indeed. So we have context for Kim also. Lucky LaRouxs just leads back here, but I can maybe check on the internet now. Jane Delvecchio is listed as a talent for hire site as a wedding singer. Way down in the credential section of her biography, it mentions she got her start as a young girl when she was Jane LaRoux of the Lucky LaRouxs. It also mentions to only contact her agent in the event you actually wish to hire her, and that any and all inquiries about her past or her sister would be ignored. Jane Del Vecchio. Okay. So she went from Jane LaRoux to Jane Del Vecchio. She remarried. And asking about her sister. So this is where we would have found out about Kim earlier. I think I found Kim through process elimination. Jane Del Vecchio, what do I do with that? Probably nothing, actually. We want to know about Jane's son with Clark, which should be Chris Rafferty. But then that's it. Like, she went off and remarried elsewhere? Okay, but that doesn't affect our investigation. I assume Del Vecchio is not even in here. Yeah. It's just not relevant. It wouldn't be her name anyway, because she, that's not how the names work in this, but if she had a kid, then they would be in here as Del Vecchio, but they shouldn't be in the system, really? She's a wedding singer. I could see if she's local. I don't think these people are actually local though. And she's a wedding singer. She's probably not famous or anything. She could be in the local newspaper. Nope. See, I don't think these are the parts of the families that aren't local. They would have moved on logically. Just because, like, somebody would have. What do I do with any of this information? Let's see. Kim LaRoux. We've not looked into Kim LaRoux at all, I think. That's just the same thing. Starlet. Teen Blast. No. No. I can't bring anything up about her being an Oliver, which is just, yeah, that's just a Broadway play from real life. Lucky LaRouxs. Suspiciously expensive material, that's the floozies. MM. Peter Janowitz, I think I've looked into him before. Yeah, he works a lot in Modern Music Monthly, and it's like probably not worth looking into him as in a broad terms. You need something more specific. There's no Roottree related messages. Okay. Huh. That seemed like an interesting lead, but I don't think it matters. Except Jane LaRoux was the one that had a kid. Let's see. Jane. We want to know. Let's see. Starlet's probably a gossip magazine? No? Jane Del Vecchio. Huh. Well, I didn't expect to go back to the LaRouxs, but it's not the most helpful thing ever. Yeah, it's really interesting. There's so many spokes that you can go in so many different directions with each person. There might be like 4 different places you can try to look them up, and if you don't think of all of them, you might have a really weird gap in your search history that you don't realize is there, and that can really fuck you up. really want to know about Rafferty's son. It's weird I can't find anything about Rafferty's son. Okay, so let's look into... November dance. You already looking into November? November Studios. Ballet and jazz classes, no information. No mention studios. November Roottree. How do I learn anything about November? How do I learn anything about your dad? There's just a gap here and I don't know what to do with it. We're down to only 12 people too. Besides the person I'm not able to apparently do. Like a lot of the shit's filled in. Jack Roottree. I'm gonna just out of desperation. Kinda looks like a musician. No. Jack Roottree. Edward Roottree is a lawyer. We have nothing about him online. Okay, let's go back to looking at the ones... Okay, partial explanation claims to have 6 clues somehow. We have WRTO. The Roottree Sisters and their parents died in a plane crash in December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Rootrees who they said would be the easiest family members to place. After some time, they returned with new resources, a photo of Carl's generation, taken in the mid to late 1970s, as well as some papers and mail from his office. Before they called you, you heard a report on WRTD radio that seemed important to your investigation. The newscaster mentioned you could search online for WRTD. I did, right? Investigative jazz radio. Whatever the fuck that means. Is that the genre of the music in this game? Because this is an investigation game? I've been talking about the plane crash. Picture taken from Carl's office. Psychologist. On a break-in. Pipes burst. The culprit got in on their own, knew about the thing. Have I ever looked up the Roottree curse? I've never looked up the Roottree curse before, have I? There's a long rambling conspiracy website with very small, very red text on a black background that says the Rootrees are cursed. It has been very recently updated with the following. Important update with Carl and Brenda and their girls that makes 5 new deaths. I don't know if I realized that Brenda was dead. Was Brenda mentioned? I assume so. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents of the Roottree Company have died mysteriously. So only 3 of them have died. 2 of them are fine. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but nobody was arrested. Then Ernie Madsen stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now, just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. This cannot be a coincidence. So Ernie Madsen was the one who may have died of cancer or something. He stepped down before he died, and Carl took over. Three of the 5 presidents have died mysteriously. They say these 3 people. So the first 2 did not die mysteriously. So Ernie Madsen is the 3rd president. No, 4th president. Guy. Okay. So set 2 is Zach. I like my formatting there. Got 3 was Guy. 4 is Ernie. And 5 is Carl. Elias, Zach, Guy, Ernie, Carl. Okay. That is helpful. So yeah, Carl is President 5. You're President 4. I still don't know where Guy goes. Guy is a Hudson. So you're Guy Hudson. Because this is the other Hudson, Christopher Hudson. Because Guy is one of the presidents. Guy is the 3rd president. There we go. These 4 entries are correct and have been locked. I did get him right. That's Roottree. That's Ronald Roottree. Okay, so he's the one, because he seems to be the sort of interesting character. So he's the one that is in a relationship. Wow, there's a lot of bonus ones filled in. We got Nicole Smith, Catherine Wilkins, Deborah Bean, Christopher Hudson, and these 2 photos. Okay. The mom is wrong? It must be her job? Oh wait, no, yeah, her mom's there. Her mom isn't a blood relative, so she's not in that part of the menu. Okay. I should have put dancer. Roottree Christina. So she's a dancer. We don't know which slot she goes in. If I had put dancer, we would know if she's in the right slot or not right now, because she would have been confirmed. But I fucked up and didn't put dancer in, even though we know that. We don't know anything about Christina. Okay, 41 out of 49. We're getting there, man. We have 8 to go, and that's one of them. She goes in one of these 2 slots, but that's one of them. And you're in the right spot, but I just don't know what your job is. I don't know who you are at all, Jack. I don't know jack about you. Other than that, we're down to only 4 people that are unnamed, I think. That is a short list. Penelope Tessa Green. Okay. We just heard about Penelope. Is that in Teen Blast? Penelope Tessa Green. TMS. Oh. One of the creators of Brother Trouble married Penelope. I really... Ah, go away. I'm stupid. God, where do these people even go? Gwyn? Yeah, this is the celebrity family. Ties them to Ron. Renaming that tab to Hollywood, which is Gwyn and her son that's a director, and I guess the other one. Okay, so Ron married Penelope. Penelope Tessa Green. We apparently can find what she looks like. What is this picture from? This is from the old generation, right? We're only down to 3 women. Don't remember where that picture's from. So that's one of them. Where's the other one from? Oh. Why haven't I locked that in? That's just you. That's just Gwen Roottree. Okay. I kept looking at that, like, where is that from? It keeps throwing me off. I just weirdly haven't locked that photo in, which I should, because I need to get it out of the whole pool. What does your other son do? Nothing in Teen Blast, but Ron to retreat. I mean, technically that article should have come up. Starlet, but that's gendered, so I don't know if that comes up. Right, we already knew that. Let's go back to the Roottree curse in case I missed something. I tend to fractally go all over the place. Carl died in a plane crash. This cannot be a coincidence. There's another entry that claims that if you connect the dots in the pattern of the 5-piece wrapper creates a Mayan ruby skull, a secret message meant to subliminally scare people away. That clearly is not what it does, because it's an extremely successful product. Why would it have a fucking scare people away subliminal message? The post before that has a link to a site that talks about how Earth has a 4-corner simultaneous 4-day time cubes. What? The author of this site seems to agree. Earth has 4-corner simultaneous 4-day time cubes. Insane. Ah! An entry from a few months ago claims that the owner of the site received an email from Chris Raff 75 at prodigy.us. That's the name we're trying to learn more about. Asking him to take down his site with faked proof that Ernie Madsen Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows that the proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. What? What? Wait, you're an expert at creating fake evidence? That's a self-report. That all your evidence is fake that you're doing. The first entry is from 1996 and it's a blurry picture of the Roottree Candy Company factory, seemingly taken by the website's author from behind a fence through some trees. It seems that Operation RT-29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29, 1996. Website footer says all images and ideas by Thomas Overwood. Funny name. Okay, so we have the curse. Let's see. Operation RT blah blah. Okay. So we have an email from Chris Rafferty. Can I email him? Can I just like email him or something? Oh, wait, this actually brought something up. Me searching his email address. You find a page called The Art of Rafferty, copyright 1997 on Prodigy that lists the author's email address as Chris Rafferty, blah, 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 blah. Below a bunch of GIFs that say under construction, there are a few art pieces. The first is a painting captioned, "Me and my fiance," that's not how you spell that, Lulu. A painting I did for my first year of college that I plan to give her when we get married in May. Go Tartans! There is an odd collage called Cousins, which seems to be made up of 3 scrambled images. The accompanying artist's statement says, "We had to create a piece of art about our family. I asked as many of my extended family of cousins for their pictures as I could, even some I've never met. Only a few of them got back to me, and my teacher said I wasn't allowed to use pictures of Raina, Riley, or Rose, so I had to get creative and use only my third cousins. This includes Davy, he swims in Yukon, and Bethany's yearbook picture. She's Davy's younger sister, and Stephanie, who is an only child. Chris's artwork has been added to your evidence, but the cousins' photos will need to be unscrambled before you can use them. You've downloaded a new application, PixPop, to edit the photos. Hello. See, this is back to Carl. Yeah. And it turning to Carl Raff. I assume the rest won't fit. Oh, it fits, okay. Go Tartans. So it is just like some teenager's website. As of 1 year ago too, so he's pretty young. He's like doing school assignments and stuff, so not a high-end art website exactly. But they gave us context about 3 family members though. They're all specifically his 3rd cousins. Davy, Bethany, and Stephanie. This actually might give me a lot. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. I did not know how this was gonna work. I went too far. I definitely thought I was gonna be like swapping them around. Oh, but was this some kind of puzzled game? That one looks suspiciously like it never fits correctly or something. But like the rest of them have to have the right zoom because they're really fitting. Like the seam literally goes away. It's immediately recognizable that you've gotten the right zoom. Zoom with your mouse wheel or left or right click. Oh, the mouse wheel is easier. What's up? How it never fits? Like, there's no way that it can be wrong, because this shit would never fit otherwise. Oh, is this one wrong? Maybe. Oh, that one was wrong. Okay, it didn't. I think it like vertically still lined up really well, so it didn't. Maybe it wasn't, or something. Oh, it's because the entire left side of the seam was in the hair, so it wasn't immediately apparent that it was wrong. Dichotomy, but like dichotomai. All right, wrote themselves as dichotomy. So we're gonna get the photos of these 3 family members. Oh, okay. I'm happy I found out that you can use the mouse wheel. Well, this is easier. How are you gonna tell me that there was just an app for this? That just was totally an app for descrambling these photos in very specific puzzly ways. Something's wrong somewhere. Oh, right in the middle. This one's upside down. That was really hard to spot, actually. Okay. Okay, this one's harder. I'm worried about this one. Sincerely, how the fuck? Wait. This is gonna be the hardest one by far. Need to figure out how to shuffle around individual pieces somehow. Oh fuck. How am I gonna fix his nippy? Okay, that was easy. That one in the middle is gonna be a problem. This one go all the way up here? It does. Oh, and the hands are in the right spot. Okay, let's put you all the way over here, because you two belong together. What happens if I press it again? Oh, it loops. So you have to go all the way up there. Move it all the way over here where it's mostly out of our way. Okay. It's not that bad. There's a bit of a trick to it whenever you have to descramble individual parts. Just preemptively move the other piece over. There we go. Oh shit, we're kind of far into the episode. All right, next episode I'll figure out who these people are a bit better, I think. I got sucked in. I got sucked in.